On today's show, Dallas Mavericks should stay away from Jonathan Kuminga, except for maybe one scenario. And the Mavs beat the Jazz again. We'll talk about that and more. Today's Locked On Mavs.
And you're listening to Locked On Mavs.
Nick, that's a good question.
Good morning, Isaac. All these changes, I still got my dog, Dwight Powell.
Catch it live.
Your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave.
Your team every day.
I'm going to get a city like that.
And welcome. You are locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for over 10 years. Thanks for being in every day or making Locked On Mavs your first listen, where we let it ride again. 2 games in a row. Thanks for being in every day or making Locked On Mavs your first listen, making Locked On Podcast Network the #1 sports podcast network, so that guys like David Locke, who is still right up there doing his postcast, can continue to bring you great content all the time. Today's episode brought to you by FanDuel. Before tip-off, check out FanDuel app and see what's dropping during NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 5 to 6:30 Central Time. Joining me, as always, the post-game prodigy from the Great Slightly Biased YouTube channel. What you got for me, Slightly Biased?
The schedule stiffens up here.
In what way?
Our week-long, multiple week-long stretch where we play the Jazz, it feels like 17 times, has come to a conclusion.
Graciously, the Mavs are done playing the Jazz this year. Don't have to worry about that. Great. Love that. So we'll talk about the Mavs game against the Jazz, talk about Max Christie's return. We'll talk about some of the other things we saw in this game. Klay Thompson's incredible first half. But I want to start here slightly. The Mavs are rumored to be interested in Jonathan Kuminga. Mark Stein has said that interest was more about an Anthony Davis potential trade, but that's still not off the table at this point for the Warriors. And so Isaac did a show yesterday talking about the risk that you would have to take for Jonathan Kuminga, and I'm here to give my take today about this whole Jonathan Kuminga situation because I must stay away from Jonathan Kuminga. I don't know why we've spent so much time, and by we, I mean ESPN and whoever else is reporting on this Jonathan Kuminga thing. Why have we spent so much time on a player that is being benched by his own team? I don't know that Jonathan Kuminga has shown the potential where we go, man, like the Warriors are just keeping down a Jalen Brunson level player. It's not like they're doing that or saying that he is going to be this all-star or an all-NBA. If he ever is an all-star, it's going to be like an Andrew Wiggins level all-star to me, where it's because of situation, it's because of where he is, how he's playing. But even that, I don't even see that in his future. Why have we spent so much time talking about Jonathan Kuminga and the Mavs to be interested in him? Sure, I think there are scenarios where you could go after him or trade for him, but if you're just going after him by himself and you're saying I want to bet on that player right there, I don't see it. Like, I don't see that he's this diamond in the rough that, if only we can save him, rescue him from this franchise and Steve Kerr and his tyrannical rule that keeps him off the court. Like, if only we can do that, maybe we can fix him. I'm not there with Kuminga.
Yeah, I think it's just we like having our brains tickled by trade news. And so at first it was fun. It was like, hey, Kuminga wants out. It's like, oh, Kuminga wants. And then the saga dragged on for like 2 years, and everyone's like, dude, I don't care anymore. Like, no, Kuminga's actually demanded a trade this time. It's like, hasn't he demanded like 7 trades? Like, I don't care anymore. It reminds me of the Korkmaz.
Yes.
You remember Korkmaz? Who brought that up? He
demanded a trade. Zach Lowe brought it up on his show the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about Furkan Korkmaz demanding a trade from the Sixers a couple years ago.
Not only did he demand a trade, but he played his entire NBA career with the Sixers, and it was like the entire time when he was in an active trade demand. This is how it's felt with Kuminga.
You know what? Wasn't the Rolling Stones that had this song?
Furkan Korkmaz?
Can't always get what you want.
Oh.
You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, maybe you'll get what you need. Maybe he just needed to stay in Philly. Maybe that's what Korkmaz needed, and maybe Jonathan Kuminga needs that too with the Warriors, because I don't know if this is ever going to end, man.
I thought you were going to say the Rolling Stones had a song about Korkmaz. I was like, wow, that's huge, like, foresight there by them. No, yeah. And then my least favorite one is like, actually, the Warriors are okay with keeping Kuminga. It's like,
it's like when the Mavericks are okay with keeping him in next season. It's like, okay, sure.
Geez, enough of this. I think the Kuminga Mavs interest is like, clearly that's in a trade for someone else. Like, I highly doubt the Mavs are like willingly
targeting
him to get Kuminga. It's more like, hey, if we trade you AD or like a Gafford, okay, like we'll take Kuminga, I guess.
The scenario I could see for Kuminga, because he's on this contract where he was on his rookie deal, he got this 2-year extension, he's making $22 million this year, he's making $24 million next year, but that $24 million is guaranteed $0. It's a team option. So if you want to take a flyer on a guy and try it and see what happens, but you only get the flyer for the rest of this year, because you have to decide. If it's not like a team option where You take him into the season, and next year he's not good enough, and then you go, all right, now we're going to decline it. Now we're going to turn it down and avoid the cap. But if you want to take him as a cap relief scenario, if you want to do that and like take a flyer on him for the rest of this season and then say, all right, we can just cut ties, that solves our cap situation for next year, and we get to see if Kuminga is good. And if he's good, like you take a flyer on him and he's good, then all right, well, we get him for another year get him for the year after at a decent number. We get to then extend him or do whatever we want. But like that's the only kind of scenario. But I would not go in betting on Kuminga and saying, all right, this is our star next to Cooper Flagg. There's no way. I don't see that. Or even this is a complimentary piece around Cooper Flagg. Like he doesn't shoot the three that well. He shot 37% his second year, and like I just don't. What do you think about him as a player? Because we've seen some things from here. We've seen flashes of great athleticism. We've seen some flashes of some playmaking here and there, but I'm just not there.
Yeah, I'm not there really either. We see these guys all the time. Like these guys who come in and are like gifted athletes and, have a good amount of skill. And it's like, oh, well, if this guy had like a bigger role and it never pans out because these guys aren't good enough to have bigger roles. And if they were good enough, they'd have them. And if they're not willing, because that's the key thing here, if they're not really willing to impact the game in other ways because they want the ball in their hands a certain amount, they want post touches, they want isolation possessions, like then they're not going to have long careers in the NBA. Like that's just the reality. So I don't know. Maybe a team out there will take a risk on Kuminga. A risk maybe is maybe the wrong word, like a buy low opportunity to, we don't have any young guys. I think like Sacramento, a team like that, where it's just like, yeah, we don't really have young guys that are like potential future focal points. They got some interesting.
They got some
guys,
nice
but,
young guys, but yeah,
right,
not
like
stars.
Complementary pieces, and like, hey, maybe Kuminga, the 1% chance happens, and Kuminga turns into that guy. Cool, we'll take the risk, but like, yeah, for Dallas, I mean, I guarantee he'd be one of those players where you talk yourself into because everyone does that when their team makes a trade. But it would be obvious pretty quickly where it's like, oh God, I don't want to watch this guy playing basketball next to Coop for the next however many years.
Yeah, that's what it would look like this Jazz game where when Keontae George was giving up the ball, he never got it back. And I think that would happen. Flagg would give the ball up and he would never get the ball back.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what would happen. I think there's a scenario, the 1% you're talking about is where he turns into like an Aaron Gordon type. Not exactly that type of player, but he figures that out where he's like, all right, I think I'm a star here. But then he goes to another scenario and goes, all right, well, now I'm just going to fill into this role, this souped up role player game that I could have here. And
yeah, I mean,
I was talking to a player that played with Aaron Gordon. He was like, in Orlando, Aaron Gordon thought he was the man, thought he was the number one, and he was better than everybody else, better than Vooch, better than Evan Fournier, like everybody else. And you're like, all right, I can get that. As soon as he got to Denver, he realized, oh, Jokic is the best player in the world, and there's no scenario where I am the best player. I'm going to fall into line now. This thing with Kuminga is the opposite of that, where you're like, he is playing with Steph Curry, one of the top 5 players in the NBA still. He should know where his role is and what he needs to do and things he needs to do on the court to be able to stay in that system. And for some reason, it's the system that's not working for him, for his game, at least the way he wants to play. And I just don't see how he's going to leave that system, go to somewhere else, and be like, all right, now I get it. Now I'm going to be a role player.
Yeah, I mean, that's the frustrating thing about him is he's had those stretches like last year before he got hurt. It was like, oh, Kuminga's kind of like cutting and he's getting out in transition and he's getting off the ball. And then he had stretches earlier in the year this year where it was the same thing. And it's just never – it always reaches a point where Kuminga's like – it feels like it's almost him being, okay, I did what you asked me to. Now can I like post up now or can I, dribble the ball for 20 seconds now? Like that was the deal, right?
Couldn't you see Jason Kidd like not being into it the same way he was like not in D'Angelo Russell and Christian Wood? Yeah,
I mean, I just don't I don't think this is a real thing. I don't think the Mavs are targeting the Kuminga in a way that's like we want to build our team around Cooper Flagg and Kuminga.
Yeah. But he's available. He's asked for a trade. He's obviously available. He's been available for years, it feels like. But he's been available. Mavs have expressed some kind of interest. And so I thought, here's my thoughts on it. Don't go for it. There's no point. Unless you're doing it as a salary dump type thing where you want to take the flyer this year and then dump him after next year because that solves your cap situation. But that seems to be a waste to me. And I don't really know why they would do that. Coming up, let's talk about this Jazz game. Mavs get another win. Was it as egregious of a tank job for the Jazz? Kind of in a way, but the Mavs did some good things. We'll talk about that coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by DoorDash. The season is heating up for some teams, and DoorDash has a way to keep fans in their bag the whole way through. Whether you need anything delivered, you need some type of food, whether it's tacos, whether you need a burger, whether you need whatever you need delivered straight to you. You can also get all kinds of other things too. You can get a phone charger, you can get cups, you can get snacks, whatever you need. Like you forgot something, DoorDash it to your place because every player has their bag. With DoorDash, fans have one too. DoorDash keeps your snacks stocked, your gear fresh, and your watch party vibes absolutely on point for some of these NFL games, or even if you're doing, would you be doing watch parties for Mavs games right now? Like, I don't think that's something somebody would be doing. If you are, message me. From tip-off to overtime, stay in your bag and order on DoorDash. Get snacks, drinks, gear, whatever gets you through the season delivered right to your door with DoorDash. DoorDash in your bag all season long. Also brought to you by FanDuel. Fans already feel different during basketball season, and FanDuel is making them even better. Every Friday night before the games tip off, FanDuel gives you a new way to kick off the weekend with NBA Happy Hour. You can do all kinds of things. They have bonus, boosts, things you can get into. It's 5 to 6:30 Central Time every Friday on the FanDuel app. You can go check it out and see the different kinds of fun things you can do. The Mavs have all kinds of weird odds. I've been tracking Rookie of the Year. Minus 900 for Cooper Flagg, plus 650 for Kuminga. That's gone up for him. So the gap has shrunk just a little bit between Flagg and Kuminga for Rookie of the Year. VJ Edgecombe still at plus 2,500. And I'm not seeing Ace Bailey on this list at all. Not even plus 50,000. That's wild because a lot of people were picking Ace Bailey at the beginning of the season. So go check out what you can do with FanDuel. Before tip-off, check out the FanDuel app and see what's dropping during NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 5 to 6:30 Central Time. Little basketball, a little action, a whole lot of Friday energy. That's NBA Happy Hour only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad. That's what we call our listeners, listening every single day. Appreciate you for checking out the show and listening. We have the Everydayers Club. Join that. You get ad-free episodes of this show, also access to our Discord, national content, access to Locked On merch, Locked On specific merch, and all kinds of different things you can get with the Everydayers Club. So go subscribe to that. There's a link in the description at supercast.lockedonmavs.com. So go check out that as well, or the QR code you can check. All right, Slightly, we're talking about the Mavs game against the Jazz. And the Mavs win this game. This game, to me, was not as egregious of a tank job from the Utah Jazz, at least effort-wise. And maybe we should go back to yesterday's and say, well, there was a second night of a back-to-back, traveling, all that. Sure, you tried to give them those caveats, even though I was upset about how badly they tanked yesterday. The Mavs did shoot really well from three, at least to start this game. 7 of 12 from three to start this game. Klay Thompson was absolutely on fire. The Mavs hit their second most threes in a game for the season this year. They hit the most they hit 7 in that first quarter. That's more than 7 individual full games that the Mavericks have played this year. We haven't seen 7 made threes. The Mavs did that in one quarter today. They were on fire from three, which was great. Got them out to a hot start. And then something happened in this game that I don't know that we've seen so far from the Mavericks this season. And correct me if I'm wrong about this slightly.
Okay.
The phantom comeback happened against the Mavericks and not the Mavericks with the fake comeback.
Yeah, this was like it never felt at any point like the Mavs are going to lose this game because the Jazz defense is just so terribly bad. I mean, it is laughably bad. Honestly, and Coop needs to go out and get another 40-piece against somebody because now I'm just looking at that 40-piece like, oh, well.
Wait, we should restart the show. Hold on one second. On today's show, Cooper Flagg's 40-piece is a fraud because of the Utah Jazz.
It's like, yeah, maybe I could get 15 against the Jazz. Like, it's possible.
Dwight Powell's catching lobs out there.
Yeah, I mean, the Mavs offense looked great. They were hitting threes. Klay, I mean, that was incredible to see Klay go out there and knock down 6 threes early in the game in the first half. 23 points in the first half. And then it feels like this happens a bunch with him. 0 in the second. Zero points.
He only played like 6 minutes.
Yeah. No. 2 minutes.
In the second half?
Yeah. Unless this is incorrect.
I thought I had 6. Maybe I was wrong on that.
This website says 2 minutes. And
I have 6:21. He took 2 threes. Well, either way, not a lot of minutes for Klay Thompson in the second half. And is that a tank move from Jason Kidd? Didn't work.
This website's wrong. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, the Oh wait, this might have been a couple games ago. No, this was today's game. Yeah, no.
He's looking at the game. You could look at the box score from the last game against Mavs Jazz. You get basically the whole picture.
Yeah, true. No, but Klay's been on an absolute burner as of late. I mean, it has been good. He looks like he's having a blast out there. I'm happy for him. He's one of those guys. I always try to mention this around this time. Is it's like, you don't know. I mean, this could be the last couple games you see of Klay Thompson in a Mavs jersey. Like, those are the things you have to think about. And he's been a professional the entire time here. Like, it's really been remarkable to watch him go out there. I like the fact that he's, he could easily be complaining. He could easily be, demanding a trade. I want out. This isn't right. Like, I don't want to play. But he goes out there and he has a blast. I mean, it looks like he's, I really like his answer a couple nights ago where he was basically talking about the injuries kind of gave him a new lease on things, and he just appreciates every game so much more. Like, I'll always root for Klay. He'll always have a fan in me, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, there's some other things in his life that have given him a new lease on life, I think, too.
Yeah, for sure. Who can blame him?
He hit 17,000 points in this game, and you're like, 17,000. We saw Dirk hit 30. Like, there's only 108 players ever in the history of the NBA. There's been 5,000 NBA players. Only 100 have ever hit 17,000. That was kind of wild to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially considering he missed 2 years.
Yeah,
two
true.
full years
Good
of
point.
his career, like in the middle of his career. Yeah, getting to what was the number again? 17,000?
17,000, yeah.
100. Really? That surprises you? Do you think there'd be more or less?
I felt like probably more.
Is it more surprising to you because you wouldn't consider Klay a top 100 scorer?
I would have expected him. I would just expected there to be more players up there. To me,
I'm just gonna go right now. I don't know the answer to this, but I'm actually curious, and this might be a stupid thing to look up. Do we think Embiid has 17,000 points?
No, definitely not.
I feel like he might have had such high volume scoring that I think he might have ended up getting. Well, okay,
I have it.
13,000.
I have the 13,050 is where he's at right now. Here are the players above him that have 17,000. Jokic has it. Beal is active. Booker's active. Vooch has 17,000. Brook Lopez 17,000. Kyrie 18,000. Paul George 19,000. Anthony Davis 19,000.
Yeah, not that many
There's a bunch
surprising
more,
names.
There's a bunch
I'd say
more,
Vucevic is probably the one where you're like, oh, and then you remember, that guy made an All-Star team, and
been around a while too. Maybe I am surprised that Klay is not higher, but I mean he's just been a solid play. Like played his role, was on these teams where he wasn't going to get 20 shots a game, and it's kind of remarkable for him to be that high.
I mean, it is. He has a very interesting basketball reference because I think his stats are probably better in some of those years, and you might remember the scoring numbers. He had a season 22 points, 22 points, 22 points. He was scoring a good amount on those teams. I mean, the 3-point stuff is just crazy.
All NBA third team twice.
Yeah. I mean, he had a year where he shot 44% from three in 2014, 2015. Think about that.
Taking 8 a game.
Right. I mean, at that point in time, that was like, whoa. That was the year they won their first ring, and then people were like, no, you can't win a ring like this.
Yeah. Every time it was the jump shooting team. So if you're another playoff team, we played this game with Najee yesterday. If you're another playoff team, what are you thinking about Klay Thompson? What are you willing to give up for Klay Thompson? Would you go out of your way to exchange a role player for that role player?
If I had an expiring deal that kind of matched this,
a Lou Dort?
The Thunder wouldn't do that, but
they wouldn't. But they could use some shooting really badly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know the Pistons' full contract, all of their contracts. But yeah, if I'm a contending team, no, I don't have.
You want to be GM of the Dallas Mavericks, and you don't know all the cap sheets off the top of your head?
Cuban never emailed me back, so I guess, guys, I don't know.
Didn't do the homework. I mean, they have the Tobias one. They have the Jaden Ivey as restricted
Tobias
free
is
agent.
what, 30?
26.
Okay, so I mean, Ivy for Klay just doesn't seem feasible,
and it's not enough either. Ivy's making 10. Klay's making 17, so you got to figure that out. But
they have a trade exception though. I forgot how big it is. It might be around 16.
But if you're somebody like that, you'd give up somebody that's out of your rotation. I don't know if you're giving up a rotation player or a first round pick for Klay Thompson at this point in his career, but he's playing so well to where I think the Mavs would get something a value, a couple seconds, or value, like a rotation, like some kind of rotation player.
I absolutely think they are contending teams, or at least playoff contending teams that could use Klay Thompson for sure. Like, he's still a good role player in the league.
What are the Rockets doing? What do they got? What do they got on their books?
Dorian? But I mean, I don't
bring our boy back.
I mean, they got
the Fred VanVleet 25.
I want 4 years of Dodo? No, not really.
They have the Fred VanVleet 25. They do have the Dorian 12. Steven Adams, they probably wouldn't do. Interesting. Maybe it's the Dorian plus the Jayshawn Tate or a Kogi or.
If Cortland Sutton doesn't catch another pass, I'm gonna lose my mind. We're recording this during the Bills Broncos overtime right now. I know, I feel like I need to fill you guys in because I know everybody was tuned into this Mavs Jazz game, so you might not have been aware of what's going on.
Okay, let's actually talk about the Mavs Jazz game though. Max Christie in his return, I thought he was pretty great. He looked like he had a bunch of different scoring opportunities. He 22 points with 13 shots, hit 3 threes, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Don't really see Max get to the free throw line that often. 4 assists for him too, a couple of steals. Max Christie coming back, he just continues to show solid role player. Shows a little bit more every game. Really nice Euro step into a layup in transition in this game. Like just show me a little bit more every single game. Like he is just he's a role player that it would take a lot for me to trade him. I feel like I keep going back and forth, but I'm solid in the sense that I want to keep that guy long term on the Mavericks.
Yeah, for Christie, it's just like I think Coop's the only really untouchable player, but Christie's one of those who's realistically going to give me a trade that I would do. That's the same thing with like Lively, where it's like. Yes. Of course, Lively's injuries kind of makes him somebody that, for the right team, but you're not going to get a team that's like, you know what? We don't care about all the injuries. We will blow the Mavericks away.
Yeah.
So you're just better off keeping him. I mean, $8 million next year for Christie, and he's going to make way more than that,
Yeah.
So he's got a player option in a couple years. So that's kind of where the awkwardness kind of comes up with some of these guys, because Najee's, $9 million. That's such a great deal, but we talked about next year it's expiring. So then you kind of have to factor that into some of your thinking with these guys. Yeah,
it's like they're at one value now, but they're less valuable as soon as they are expiring.
What do you think Christie new contract looks like?
Man, I don't know. Like
does
it
go into the twos?
Like 20
a year?
You're talking about? Probably. Like, what was the Christian Brown?
Oh, Christian Brown's making like 30, isn't he?
That's ridiculous to me.
Yeah, that one felt really aggressive.
Yeah, Christian Brown, he's coming out. Where's he on this list? No, he's making. This is a Christian Brown one. No, it's not 30. It's 21, 23, 25, 26. That feels like a Max Christie one to me.
Really?
They probably shouldn't pay him that much, but
that seems like a lot.
I think you're not going to have. Well, if the 21 going forward, like what? It's 13% of the cap.
You want to know who I would point to? And
the cap's going to keep going up.
Their age is different, but I'd look at like, Nickeil Alexander-Walker's making 15.
Okay,
that feels like around the same.
But this is one for Max Christie that you would want to do now. Like you want to do now and be kind of shocked by that's a little high for Max Christie. Okay, no. It's low now. He's going to get better. He's going to if he keeps shooting the 3-ball like this. I mean, that's a role player you want for a long time and you want to have around. And you do that deal early so that it's lower than if you wait until the end of that contract and let him go into free agency or something.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see in the summer the direction they end up going for that.
Yeah,
because I mean, him and Lively, like Lively's going to be so interesting.
Yeah, that one. Good luck to the new GM to figure out what you're going to do with that one.
Good luck, kid.
That one is one where you take the risk and you're like, all right, well, we'll lowball him, because of the injuries. We can't trust you to stay on, and then just hope that if it works out and he actually does play and he's at a low number, that you look like a genius, and hopefully don't piss off the agent who also is the agent of Anthony Davis.
Well, who is
the agent? That agent, there's like 1 hour a week where he's not an agent. He's actually a podcaster. So, I mean, maybe you catch him on that hour.
That podcast is unreal.
The Rich Paul podcast with Max Kellerman, where he literally said, like, hey, I'm not an agent on this podcast. I'm a podcaster. You're like, hey, man, like, that is not how this works. Like,
And not only that, but it's like it's not like he's just like, oh yeah, the Mavericks shot the threes well, and it's like, yeah, if I'm the Lakers, I'm trading Austin Reeves.
It's
like, what on earth, man? I don't think you should be saying that. Like Kellerman, let Max Kellerman ideate.
Yeah.
You kind of like, oh yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, that one's wild. And for that guy to be the agent of the guy that is like he represents Anthony Davis. Now you understand why we're like, hey, you have to deal with this. You have to deal with this agent. Like, this is not a thing where you could just be like, oh no, we're gonna hardball and not give you an extension, or not even talk about the extension, or not play the game of like, hey, we're thinking about an extension. This is why we keep hearing the rumors from the Mavericks. Hey, they're still open to keeping him long term. You know?
Yeah. That's
just to placate.
Yeah, for sure. The Lively thing, though, you do have restricted free agency kind of on your side, where I think it's understandable if you're just like, hey man, we got to see it, before we commit to something. We got to see a year.
Take a risk. It's a risk either way.
Or,
for either the team or for the player.
Yeah, because there is that, hey, if maybe this is just who you are, and some long-term financial stability is something that is good for you because you don't know, maybe you're just never healthy, and we can get you at a discount. That happens.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Check out Slightly Biased. Great YouTube channel. Stuff happening there.
Did we miss
all the
anything?
time.
Because people get mad if we miss things.
I'm not. I don't care.
Good.
I don't care.
The Broncos
I don't care if they're mad at us.
Off. Spoiler alert. Broncos beat the Bills.
Wow. R.I.P. to Josh Allen's career, probably.
Haley Steinfeld. Yeah, that's right. He didn't win the big game. Haley Steinfeld's filing for divorce.
Well, he probably gets to see the birth of his child now. So
that's right. Yeah. Well, they're due in March, I think. Why do I know that? I don't know.
That's a hilarious thing for you to know. Go check out Slightly Biased YouTube channel, Haymaker, and all kinds of stuff. Good stuff happening there. Subscribe to the Everydayers Club. Ad-free episodes of this show, as well as access to the Discord and all kinds of great things on the Everydayers Club. Check the QR code. Links in the description. Different ways to follow the show. Guys, thanks so much for listening to Locked on Mavs. Peace out. Boom.
Go. I don't know who I'm rooting for in the playoffs.
Tell it on the mountain.